able to hear, but I guess it's going to be a learning experience. So, all right. So in a small bowl, half a cup. Okay, well, that might be too much. Half a cup of mayo, dill. Okay. And then stir the dressing and serve. Okay. So we're almost done with this part. Cool. All right. So this is the dressing. Let me get another fork. All right. So we're doing this, and we're also, I'm so sorry. And we're also making spaghetti, but we're doing this first. Oh, this is going to be tangy as fuck. Now, we've been making posts every once in a while here on Substack when I was not live streaming, but this is the second time I turned on OBS and tried to stream, and I was streaming according to OBS, and I was even having ad breaks according to Twitch, but I wasn't actually having any of that because there was no VOD being made. So seeing that that was the second time that happened with a cooking stream, I was like, well, let's try streaming on Substack because I know that's an option for me without me having to make some ridiculous, like, I don't know, requirements, right? Because like with TikTok, there was like some weird loops. I had some weird achievements I would have to make that I definitely would never make. All right. So we already cooked the pasta for our spaghetti sauce. We're using rotini today because that is what we've got. And so the rotini is cooling somewhere at a site. Okay. Now let's try mixing this up. See if that was enough or if I have to make more of that. So far, this is 2 cans of salmon. They were 6 ounces each. The recipe I'm following is asking for 15 ounces of fish. But I figured Mom didn't want to use more. She originally just wanted to use 1 can. I was like, lady, that's, you know. We're also using a majority of a very large white onion instead of half of a small red one. We added turmeric because we usually do that with our animal proteins. There's 2 stalks of celery instead of 1. We did not add salt because we don't do that. Instead of just like whatever lemon juice, we're using yuzu. So I'm using expensive ingredients in this and a food that I may or may not eat because this is for the old people. The spaghetti is for everybody. This is for the old people. I'm going to go ahead and try some of this. It looks like that was enough. I'm just going to assume that was enough. And then I'm going to eat some for us so we can know for science, right? And I'm going to put the rest of this in a container. Okay, maybe that's too small. Let's do maybe this container. Yeah, let's put it in this container. I just want to go ahead and get it put away. Yeah, the onions chopped up pretty thick. I'm sure it's going to be fine. Flavor and texture, am I right? So if anyone is just here because they're perusing or whatever and have never seen my screen name or the bird, that is my icon. I'm not a bird, so I'm not a tengu. But that is my favorite character from an Otome game that I play called Love in Deep Space. You don't date this bird, but you might be able to date this bird's human. His name is Silas. He may or may, I don't know. I feel like he's a long life being, but I don't really know. I've jumped ahead quite a few times to like just skip around to get an idea of like each character. But honestly, all of the characters are red flags in one shape or form. So like, there's that. But all right, so this is our salmon salad. Okay. I'm going to put a sticker on it so the old people know when it was born or whatever, and hopefully pay attention to that. It took a while to chop up all those things, the onions and the celery. So for those of you who are not used to cooking or, you know, just preparing your own food in general, even if a recipe is simple, it's usually probably going to take up some time. So today is the 15th. I think it's Friday. All right, that's theirs. So let's taste it for science. And let's put this in the sink so we don't hurt ourselves. Actually, let's wipe it off a little bit, because I think it's a little on the oily side. So because it's a little oily, got to do a little extra wiping before putting it in the sink. Do put it in the sink so we can wash it out, so we can get some money for this fucking metal. You know what I'm saying? So just be careful when you're preparing metals to be cleaned and stuff, so you don't fucking cut yourself. All right. So I'm just going to try some. We've got some extra. 70%. I'm so sorry. We've got some extra like mayo lemon juice mix, right? So cheers. Oh, yeah, that was good. All right. That was great. Honestly, getting more of the celery than the onion, which is probably good. Fantastic. We did a good job. Yay. All right. Now to direct our attention back to this bowl. Pot. Sorry. So I'm going to make the sauce in that pot. We previously cooked some pasta in there before I realized that the stream was not streaming. So, you know. You know. So the pot has had a little bit of time to cool off because we were finishing the what is it? The salmon salad, right? And so now we can make the sauce. I'm going to just take some of the pasta that got stuck. To the bottom. For anyone who doesn't know, water and oil are not friends. Oh, wow. So just keep that in mind moving forward, right? Because onions are moist. We're gonna be fucking around with some onions, a lot of onions. So just keep that in mind, okay? right, what time is it? Oh, okay, we got time. They usually eat dinner at a certain time, so I'm just trying to like more or less try to beat that clock. As you can see, I fucked up, right? That's fine. It's gonna get eaten. It doesn't matter. So depending on how much you care about presentation and shit, that may or may not bother you. As you can tell, does not fucking bother me. So we're just gonna let that whatever, right? I got most of the I got like most of the pasta remnants off, so. Wait, do we have any leftover oil? No, right? Oh, we do! All right, so let's re-warm up this pot. Also, I'm snacking on some carrots I need to get eaten because they're going to get forgotten in the fridge. So this is a garlic and tomato sauce that we bought from the store. So you know what? We might not need to add oil because that looks like a fuck ton of oil. Unless I'm misinterpreting what the fuck this all is. So I'm going to wait for this pot to get a little bit warm again. And then I'll put in some of the oil that's in here because I'm pretty sure that's oil. And then let that warm up a bit and then cook up these onion and garlic, which I guess is essentially like extra onion and garlic. Okay. Okay, we'll just wait a little bit more for that to warm up. Oh yeah, I can put this mayonnaise away. Let's put the Kewpie away. Oh wait, I can dip my, oh. That's true. I can dip my fucking carrots in some Kewpie. I love Kewpie mayo. I'm just putting away some of my lunch from way earlier that I didn't finish it into a container. So I blanched some, or no, I steamed some bok choy. And then I made a sauce with hoisin, hoisin, soy sauce, fucking mirin, because I didn't open the Shaoxing. Shaoxing and mirin are not like a 1-for-1 substitution for each other, by the way, just putting that out there. They're not a 1-for-1 substitution. What else? Black pepper. Oh, no pepper. All right, let's, okay, can you open? Oh, bitch. Okay. Oh my god, can you? Oh, this is. There we go. Thank you. Woo! Didn't want to drop you. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're oil. Ooh, okay. Yeah, keep on. Okay. Scary. Oh, you smell delicious, but fucking scary. Okay. All right. Maybe we want to change up the utensil. Sorry. Nah. I need something flatter. Okay. Sorry. Okay, let me get those sun-dried tomatoes to make sure I don't forget them. They will come at the end, but I just want to make sure to not forget them. And so I want these to wilt a bit, you know. I want these onions to be not only translucent, but like not as stiff, right? Well, maybe you didn't know that. That's what I'm trying to do. And also, if you don't know me, we're really big on utilizing what is available. So my mom gets canned beef from the senior food distribution. She qualifies for like senior boxes from the food bank where we live. So sometimes this is in the senior box. So this is canned beef. It's cooked. It looks a lot like corned beef, but just to put that out there, that's what we're gonna be using today. So just want to let everyone know. I don't know how VODs work on Substack, so I don't even know if I'm gonna have a VOD. So all of this learning experience, don't know. It's like, I don't even know if you're getting like how would I add captions or like open captions? I have to look at documentation and shit. But anyway. Okay. Okay, Can. I really thank you. This weird piece of glue on the can. Come on. There. Oh, thanks. The piece popped off. Nice. Okay. Might be a good time to, well, I don't know. Are you wilty enough for me? Because there's fat in this motherfucker. So we're just gonna let it happen. Ooh, okay. So yeah, doesn't always look the nicest. We're gonna use this fat today. Usually I would do more to not use it, but that's not who we're gonna be today. So I'm gonna get everything out of this can. So again, it's cooked, and it looks a lot like corned beef in appearance, but it's just, it's just cooked beef that they put in a can. So. All right, and I'm gonna break this up. I turned this into a meatloaf at some point. Usually use it for spaghetti. I think spaghetti is a pretty good application for this, you know what I mean? Maybe casseroles would be a good idea. Okay, so while those things get familiar with each other, we're gonna do some dishes, okay? Because that doesn't really need us to monitor it for a little bit. So I'm gonna put this water. This is the pasta water. It's cooled down a little bit. I'm gonna put it in the gray water bucket that's in the garage. Pretty sure I'm not gonna need it to thicken up the situation, so that's why we're getting rid of it. Also, for those who are popping in and, again, have never cooked or whatever, so part of the cooking situation is time management. What can you do when something is on the stove that doesn't need you to be right at the stove, like all up in its business? You can do something else, right? So if you want to sit down, that's also an option, right? I'm just trying to get some dishes done, because I need to get dishes dried and done so I can get more dishes done and dried. Ugh, I really hate doing, bitch. Okay, there's a little fly gnat thing. Oh, sorry, did not mean to hit you. Not doing that. Okay. That's for when we were steaming our veggies earlier. This guy usually sits on the stove. We're going to put them in the cupboard. Okay. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. There you go, sorry. I'm just going to clean out this first. I'm going to Scrub this out again because we cleaned this earlier. Let's see, what else can we push this one? I'm still kind of drinking my tea. Oh wait, no, I need to. Okay, it's starting to smell pretty good. Ooh, sorry. Okay. Man, this makes me wonder if I should have just added more onion. That's fine. Okay. Now I'm going to add the rest of this sauce. Okay, well. Yeah, I don't think we need to worry about it being thick or not thick. Okay. Now, I'm going to take some of these sun-dried tomatoes, and they're in olive oil, so again, we're adding more oil to this situation. Lots of oil in this situation. Because why not? Why not? Okay. So let's mix that in. Okay. Let's let that, I guess, marry a little bit more. I'm going to put the remainder of the sun-dried tomatoes back in the fridge. I'm going to wipe down kind of the rim and the edges of the bottle just to make sure there's no oil hanging out. I think that's it, right? As for things to, because there's garlic, there's onion, there's extra garlic and onion because there was garlic and onion in the sauce, the pre-made sauce. So the meat that comes out of this can, when you cook it out, it kind of feels softer. Like it doesn't get hard. Sure, there's a joke there somewhere. Phrasing. But you know how like when you usually cook meat in a pan, it crisps up and shit? That doesn't really happen here. So the meat texture is slightly suspicious, but I also don't care. I don't care. So let me get a bowl. Also, I guess, let me see. I'm also going to take a paper towel or 3 and wipe the inside of this meat can before I put it in the sink to clean out because of all the oil and fat and stuff. So my mom told me, like, if there's something like really oily or fatty, you need to wipe it out first so that shit doesn't fuck up the drain. I don't know how true or not that is, but I do it just in case it's actually true. So go. Okay, let me lower that a little bit. I'm going to get a bowl for us to try. I'm sure it's fine because I'm very confident. I was about to like move this laptop and I'm like, girl? Here's some of the rotini. Kind of squished it a little bit. So again, the meat that comes in these cans of beef that we get from the food distribution, or my mom gets from the senior food distribution, when you cook it out, it's kind of mushy, kind of soft, airy even, versus getting crispy. Usually when you put meat on the stove, right? When you put like ground beef on the stove, it gets kind of crispy usually. So just want to mention that. Okay. Hopefully we got some sun-dried tomatoes in here. All right, I'm gonna turn it off. I think that's good. And I'm gonna add a slice of cheese. Because I have a slice of cheese. So because this cheese also needs to get fucking eaten. So, and when this is cool enough, we'll go ahead and put it in the fridge, but we don't do ice baths, and we also don't like shoving things into the fridge too early, you know? So this is gonna kind of hang out on the stove for a while before it's time for it to get put away. Okay. So again, this is some of the the bok choy that I didn't finish. Okay, so yay, the cheese is melting. So now they have 2 things that they can eat for dinner, because this is mostly for the seniors and not for me. I plan on making curry for myself for like, I don't know, for the next month. I'm gonna be making curry for myself. So because we have like one of those jars, one of those Thai like plastic jugs that you can get at the store of like curry, and like it's like really concentrated, and you like only use a little bit, and you mix it with like coconut milk and stuff. So we have quite a bit of that jar left that I need to get through. And also with the senior box, there were cans of carrots and potatoes, like sliced potatoes and like carrots and stuff. So I plan on using that for the curry. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh my gosh, I can make all sorts of like batches of curry. And we've got peanuts, you know? So basically, like, the carrots and the potatoes already cooked, right? Then I just need to worry about the peanuts cooking, right? Because they're raw. Or they're roasted, but, you know, like, cook it out a little bit. All right. So I'm living dangerously. We're not popping a Lactaid. Okay, I can move this. Take that in. All right. Let's take a bite. Mmm. That was great. Fantastic. Love that for us. Tasty. There's a kick in here? Why has it got a kick? There should be no kick. Unless this had a kick and I did not realize it was going to have a kick. Or was it the sun-dried tomatoes? There's something going on with these sun-dried tomatoes? You accidentally spicy somewhere? What the fuck? Spices. Okay, I will inform my mom because she doesn't really do spice, but this is delicious, so. Mmm. This is fantastic. I love it. I think we did a great job. Let's pat ourselves on the back, chat. So wow, this is the second time where I was streaming with ads and everything, but I wasn't. I don't know what's going on with Twitch. I'll have to see if I can do StreamerBot stuff on Substack. If so, we'll try to bring the OBS experience to Substack. Like the streaming experience that would normally happen on Twitch with OBS through Substack. Because I don't like bringing my whole ass laptop over here. And then, like, this not working out, you know? But inaugural Substack stream. Woo! Made a salmon salad. Like tuna salad, but with salmon. And then we made the spaghetti. Neither of them have an Asian twist on it. Oh yeah, I didn't add patis, huh? Whatever. But I'm Filipino, so this is still celebrating Asian American, Native Hawaiian, Pacific Islander month because I fucking exist. And you supporting me would be supporting a fellow AANHPI person. You know? But like 90% of the year we usually cook Filipino stuff, so we just needed to cook something today. So that's how this hamburger helper looking fucking spaghetti sauce came about. It's good, girl. It's fucking delicious. I think we did such a good job. It was so good. Okay, delicious. All right, for posterity, and because I don't know if I'm actually going to keep this VOD or if I have a VOD available after streaming, because I've never done this before on Substack. I really don't know. For all intensive purposes, my name is Belle, you know, like the thing you ring. And I'm mostly on Substack to learn from other people, but I also post like cooking content I do when I'm not streaming on Twitch. And today we had a Twitch fail with OBS and Twitch. So why not try to stream here since I already have my computer out? So we're streaming using Irian camera as the camera and the mic source. So hopefully there's actually audio, or it's going to be really awkward when I watch this later. So I'm on Twitch and I'm on Instagram and I'm here. Oh yeah, and Blue Sky and Twitter for the time being. We used to be on TikTok, but we got rid of that because fuck the tech oligarchy and no thanks. So we will eventually probably get off of Instagram. And there are aspects of Substack that I don't really like the automatic segments when you upload a video for a post. When most of my videos are already short videos, like short form media. So, you know what I mean? Pretty sure AI is involved in that, but I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure. And I don't really like that. But I do miss blogging. I miss Sangha, if that ages me at all. So I like Substack. So I'm not really here to be a hardcore educating content creator, but I do believe in collective liberation, in feminism, and anti-fascism. So, oh yeah, and genocide is bad, Islamophobia is bad. You know, it's collective liberation. So, you know what I mean? I'm all about boycotting shit and, you know, avoiding brands that don't need to be supported with our money. So, yeah, if you're into any of that shit, let's go, you know? But if that's not your flavor, if you're looking for a different type of Asian that just talks about superficial ass shit, you know, there's a bunch of bitches you could be following on Twitch. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to be one of those. So I talk about things besides games and boba and makeup and skincare. You know what I mean? So again, thanks for being here. And yeah, I'll see you later. Maybe, hopefully, who knows? You know?